Okay, so now we want to study how to sketch a graph, or in other words, how to sketch a graph of inverse function if the graph of function is given, but not in this case. Okay, for in this case you have to sketch the graph, and based on this sketch of fx, you have to draw inverse of x without finding the function of inverse of x itself. Okay, all right. So in order to draw, let's say you are given fx equals to x power 3, and then the table, the value of x is between -1 and 2. Sketch the graph. We have to create a table first. Okay, x again fx. Create the integer value between -1 until 2, 0, 1, and 2, and then find the value. If -1 to the power of 3 will be -1. Okay. So how to find that? F -1 equals to -1 to the power of 3. Okay. So to the f -1 to the power of 3 will be -1. So if you substitute f0 equals to 0 to the power of 3, you get 0. If you substitute x as 1, 1 power of 3 will be 1. Then substitute x here as 2. So 2 to the power of 3, this one I will write down, equals to 2 to the power of 3. It will be 8. So you have 8 here. Okay. I'm going to erase this values because we don't have enough space. Okay, so we have to draw a graph of fx against x starting from -1. So we have a little bit here. So and make sure that it is I think this one we have to create longer one. Alright. So 0 is here, -1, here also -1. Make sure the scale will be about the same. Okay, so will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, and then this is also the same. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we have here. Okay, so I will write down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Plot the table. -1 will be here, and 0, 0 is here. 1, 1 will be here. 2, 8 will be on the top here. 2, 8. Okay, and sketch the graph. The graph will be something like this. Okay, this is fx equals x to the power of 3. And how to sketch this graph based on this graph? Okay, so what I'll do first is that I will draw the graph of y equals x. Okay, y equals x will be a line here that is connecting between 1, 1, 2, 2. 2 will be somewhere here. 3, 3. Okay, so I just draw dotted line. Y equals x. And okay, and then we have here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. From previous lesson, I think you know that this graph will be the line of reflection. Okay, so if the line of reflection passing through here, so the coordinate here will be remain. The coordinate here will remain. Whatever on the line will remain. Okay, so the coordinate, the only coordinate we have is 2, 8, 2, 8. The reflection will be 8, 2. Okay, so this coordinate is the reflection of this coordinate. So this is 8, 2. Okay, so the inverse of x will be passing through this and this and this. It will go, but then it will go to that side. Okay, so remember again, inverse function will be the image of function on the line y equals x. The coordinate here is 2, 8. If on the line y equals x, the graph will be simple. If this is 2, 8, under inverse, this is inverse of x, inverse of f, whatever it is, we don't have to find it. So just twist 2, 8 become 8, 2. Okay, right. Then state the domain of inverse of x. Is there any more other than the inverse and range of inverse of x, inverse of f? Okay, so the domain of inverse f. Okay, anyway, what is domain? Domain is, in other words, is object of inverse function. Okay, there are 3 coordinates that are located in both. Okay, so the first coordinate is -1, -1. This is applicable for function and inverse function. And then we have 0, 0, and we have 1, 1. Okay, these 3 coordinates are both on both lines. Just that this line, this coordinate is only on the inverse function, and this coordinate is on the function. Okay, so the domain is the object of inverse. So the domain will be actually we have so many. Unless the question asking you for the integer, then you will give the coordinate. But then in this case, the domain will be between -1 until here, until 8, including -1 and 8. Okay, so in other words, is object or the x. This one, this one, this one, until this one. Okay, so range of f, range of inverse is, range would be the image. So it is between, again between, including this -1, 0, 1, and 2, until 2. Okay, you cannot give x equals 2 because we are not talking about integer, we are talking about everything. Okay, so that's the answer for question number 3. Hope you understand.